This is empty. Hi, I'm Olivia Milana and welcome to Milana Made.
Perfect.
3, 2, 1.
Action! So here's the full disclaimer for Milana Made. There are live children in this shoot. So if you hear little noises, little cries, we're gonna roll with it. So for this lemon and herb spatchcocked chicken, spatchcocked, it's a funny word, get over it. We are going to need about 5 large lemons, the zest of those 5 large lemons, and then keep the lemons, we're gonna chop those up. 8 cloves of garlic unpeeled, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, a generous amount of kosher salt, a half a cup of olive oil. This is my 5.5 pound chicken. We're gonna do a tablespoon of thyme and 2 teaspoons of roughly chopped rosemary. So I'm just gonna start by roughly chopping these herbs here. You're more than welcome to use dried herbs, but I prefer fresh. I just think that it gives a lot more flavor. But again, it's your life. You choose what you wanna do. So here I have the thyme. Just to strip them, I just pull the leaves in the opposite way. It's okay if like some of the little branches get in there. Just make sure like that stem isn't in there. Slide your fingers like that. And then it all comes off. Hopefully. You can totally kind of slide these together and then just roughly chop them. So this spatchcock chicken is gonna look really intimidating, but you'd be surprised. It's very easy to do, and it's a great kind of showcase piece. And this chicken will serve a lot of people for a little bit of money. So just a great thing to keep in your back pocket. So through the magic of television, we have already prepped 4 lemons. They've been zested. That's where this zest came from. So I am going to zest an additional. Okay, so to zest a lemon, you just need a microplane. Do not pull out one of those box graters because you will lose a finger. You're gonna hurt yourself and hurt someone else. It's not gonna be pretty. So just get a microplane, a small, what looks like a grater, and you just zest the lemon gently. You don't wanna get any of that white stuff. That white stuff's called pith and it tastes very bitter. This is the best smell in the world. It's my favorite smell in the whole world. So after you've zested your lemons, go ahead and put all of your herbs that you roughly chopped into a small bowl. Take your lemon zest. Joey's having a snack. Take your pepper, take your paprika, your onion powder, and then a generous amount of salt. Because you're gonna need a lot of salt for this bad boy. You really want it to seep in. Okay, then I just mix it by hand. It's gonna kind of create a little bit of a rub here. I like adding the paprika because it gives it a lot of color. It would just be a little pale if I didn't add the paprika. It also adds like a little touch of smokiness, which is just the best on chicken. When you're done making the rub, just set that to the side. And now we're going to slice these lemons into about 1/3 of an inch, I would say. Slice, just like that. Keep in mind, you're probably not going to find exactly the same weight chicken I have. You may find a 3-pound chicken, you might find a 7-pound chicken. You're gonna need to adjust the amount of lemons in the rub according to the weight of your chicken. Okay, so now we're gonna prep the baking sheet here. I'm gonna move this chicken for a second. Grab this. Give the bottom of the baking sheet a good, healthy drizzle of that 1/2 cup of oil. And now we're gonna lay those lemons down. Just take them one at a time and create a wrap for this chicken. All right, let's dig in. So, full disclosure, if this is your first time cooking a whole chicken, there's this in there. Some people use this. I'm not gonna use this here. But the main point is throw this away, because if you keep it in the plastic bag and you make the chicken, it's gonna smell. You won't be able to eat the chicken. So, go ahead and put that in the trash. And don't drip chicken juices all over your kitchen. Get the trash can nearby. Now we're gonna spatchcock. All right, so here's our chicken. These are the 2 breasts. Here are the legs, the wings. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip it over. Ooh. And then this is his back. I don't know what this is, his tail. Who knows? But our goal is to remove this backbone so the chicken can lay flat and cook more evenly, which will mean more crispy skin, which is the most important part of everyone's chicken. Am I right? All right, so let's get started. There's our backbone. This would be great to make your own homemade chicken stock. Definitely do not throw it away. It has a lot of flavor. I'm actually gonna probably use mine to make some protein-infused baby food for Joey for his first taste of meat. That's exciting. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip him over. And there he is. Now we're gonna pop him down so he becomes flat. It's kind of like giving him CPR. Ooh. There you go. Okay, so I would readjust the skin if any of it shifted. You wanna make sure you're covering the meat, protect it from all the heat. And we're going to start by putting the seasoning rub on. I'm gonna take about 1/3 of it, and I'm gonna rub it on the inside of this chicken really well. This chicken's having a spa day. You wanna give it that exfoliation that it needs. All that flavor in there. Now we flip it back over. You wanna generously spread that spice rub. See, like when this slides down, just pull it back up and cover that breast. All right, all over that skin, all over the wings. Feels so awkward when you pull the wing. It's like a real person. It's like dressing a baby. All right. Oh, come on, big girl. There we go. Isn't she beautiful? I'm gonna grab whatever like spice mix that was kind of left on this cutting board and tap it on there just so we get every ounce of flavor that we paid for here. And now, I'm gonna wash my hands really quick. Clean hands now. I'm gonna go back into my salt box and I'm just going to put just a little extra love, a little extra salt on top here for that crispy skin. And a little bit on those lemons and garlic around the sides. Okay, there she is. She looks beautiful. Now we're gonna slide her into the oven for 1 hour and 20 minutes to start. See you later, chicken. So he has been in, so this chicken has been in for about 50 minutes. Your house gets a little smoky, just full disclosure. Keep that in mind. We have our fans turned on. But I brought him out and now I am basting this bad boy with the pan drippings just to keep it nice and moist. But it's gonna go right back in. Always make sure you check the temperature. And we're almost there. So this just came out of the oven. We pulled it at about 1 hour 15 and we made sure we temped it and it was about 5 degrees short of 165. So 160. I let it rest on the baking tray with some tinted tin foil, just so when you slice into it, it doesn't immediately like have all the juices run out of it. We pulled it at 160 instead of 165 because when you pull it and you tint it, it's gonna continue to cook. So it will reach that 165 temp that you need it to be at. I made a quick salad. This is just arugula, olive oil, salt, and lemon juice. And these are the lemons that were on the bottom of the chicken when it was baking in the oven. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a fork and just mash them a little bit, and it has like a beautiful pan sauce that we can just spoon over the chicken onto a plate. So I'm just gonna cut into this and put it on a plate, and lunch is ready. So all I'm gonna do is just, like, look, it's like butter. I didn't even have to, you probably could just break it with your hands, but there she is. The all-important plating. Just take some salad. And then I'm gonna take that fork that I told you about so we can make a quick pan sauce with these lemons. I'm just gonna kind of squish them together like this. I also got a couple of those garlic cloves in there that we roasted. And you'll see what this turns into. Went ahead and I broke into the breast a little bit and I cut myself a slice because I can't wait. And this one's sleeping, so what am I supposed to eat? These children demand so much of me. Okay, here we go. It's awesome. It's lemony and it's like that nice like hit of acid, but there's still all that fat because the skin's still on it, which is salty, and the olive oil makes it crispy. It's great. The herbs really add a lot too. That's why I say go fresh. Don't go dried with this. Go whole hog and get yourself some real herbs. All right, I'm going back in. Amazing. And considering I'm eating a bite of the breast and not the thigh or the leg, it still has that like fatty, juicy quality to it. All right, so that's it. That's a spatchcocked chicken. It's got lemon, it's got herbs on it. It's good, it's tasty, it's impressive. And if I can do it, you totally can do it because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So make it, enjoy it, and let me know if you liked it. If you try it, find me on Instagram or just comment below. And that too.
The subscribe button.
And hit the subscribe button. Good job. Hit the subscribe button. Hit like and hit subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Perfect.
Now I'm going to strip the rosemary. You just take and pull, grab like the beefy stem area, and you just, and then it all comes off. Hopefully, it all comes off because you're putting it out there for people to look at and try at home, and you really want to look professional. You don't want to look like you don't know what you're doing, even though you've done it before, but no one knows that you've done it before. You're just gonna assume that you've done it before because you're out here in the world trying to speak from a place of authority when in reality, you're just an amateur yourself, but we're all in it together. And that's the message I'm trying to put out there. Okay.
Perfect.